Oh, brunch is overrated?
That's fucked to even say.
And welcome back to Sleepless, a podcast about the creative process. Today, I'm Robin.
I'm Tom.
And today we have Cody on the podcast. Cody is an actor in Canada, known for his hit TV series Ghosts on CBS. He's a comedian, a writer in Toronto, and a podcaster, having a long-running podcast called Spooked. You're very welcome, Cody.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So have you gone on a lot of other people's podcasts over the years, or is it mostly just your own? Or
I've done a few over the years. Yeah. Not as many as I've done of my own podcast.
Right.
But a couple.
Yeah.
Great, you can carry this then.
Yeah. Let me ask you two a couple of questions.
Yeah. So what came first, acting or podcasting?
Acting for sure, yeah. I went out to, I've been acting since like high school. I did all the musicals. I had a couple friends where we would do short films together in high school, and we carried that forward and all moved together out to Vancouver and went to Vancouver Film School. I went for the acting, they went for the film production, but we've been doing it since we were young, and still make stuff together to this day too.
So how long were you in Vancouver for?
I was out in Vancouver for about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just got fed up with the lifestyle and came back.
Yeah. Pretty depressing out there. A lot of rain.
Yeah.
But it's kind of one of those things where Vancouver's interesting. Like I think kind of the joke is that if you're a Toronto actor, you go for more Vancouver stuff than Vancouver actors do. And that's just kind of the deal. I feel like Toronto's kind of more so a hub almost. Like you'll go for other cities when you're auditioning. You'll go for Montreal, you'll go for Ottawa, you'll go for Vancouver while you're here. But you kind of don't do that in the other places as much.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I have heard from my old barber. He did a lot of stop motion animation and like acting in stop motion. So he was the Gollum in the Lord of the Rings games. And he also did, like, for the new Harry Potter game as well. He was in that as well.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But he was saying that there's a bit of, like, beef between East and West. Like, Vancouver only hires Vancouver people, and then Toronto only really hires Toronto people.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, that would be more so, I think, more existent for the video game stuff, because they do a lot of video game work out in Vancouver, too, right? But for... I think they just hire a lot of Toronto. And honestly, in Vancouver, they hire more so American. Like here, you could get a decent role, but I feel like out there, it's kind of like pretty much already cast. You got a lot of, most of the shows are the CW stuff. You get all of the CW superhero or like the Supernaturals back in the day. And when I was there, or like that kind of stuff is out there. Toronto's got a lot more variety, I think, in what's going on. Okay. So there's a lot more opportunity just to get a good, like, reoccurring role. And, yeah, when I got here, I ended up getting one for Ghosts. So,
nice.
Yeah. Didn't get that out in Vancouver.
I actually have not. I'm going to actually watch Ghosts. I'm going to download it on the plane because I actually live in Vancouver myself now. So I'll watch it when I go. But give us the premise of Ghosts for our listeners.
Yeah, for sure. And mind you, I'm in like a few episodes. This is every season kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm not a superstar or anything. But basically, Ghosts is it's an American sitcom. And basically the couple inherit a house. The wife falls down the stairs, hits her head, and she can see all the ghosts in the house.
Oh, okay.
And they're turning that house into a bed and breakfast so she can talk to the ghosts. Antics kind of go. So for me, I'm one of the basement ghosts. So I'm one of the most like kind of like disgusting, scary ghosts that not even the upstairs ghosts want to deal with or talk to. Yeah.
It's like that character in. Did you ever watch the IT Crowd?
Yes.
That character in that room. Don't open that door.
Yeah. I think it's Noel Fielding.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a huge inspiration for me. I'm a huge Mighty Boosh fan.
Yeah, Mighty Boosh is phenomenal. I think, the IT crowd as well. I think so few people actually know it, and the humor in it is just fantastic.
Strange fact, because Ghosts is originally, it's a British show that was brought over here. And it went, I think, 4 seasons. Very big show in the UK. Now there's like an Australian one. There's a German one. There's like all over the world. Or they also, it's like the first thing I've been a part of where they have me like dubbed. Like I've watched trailers with me in it where like my line is
probably surreal.
Said or whatever, and I'm like dubbed by someone in a different language or whatever. That's weird. But the fun fact is that the 2 guys, the Joes, Joe Port, Joe Wiseman, they translated Ghost to be an American show. They also were behind the, I think it was like 1 episode or whatever, American IT crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like one of their first thing. I think they helped with The Office coming too. So that's kind of like their specialty, I guess.
Okay, just like converting it to those.
Yeah, and bring them over, which
bit
is
of
like,
a niche job, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, it's definitely. Like, I mean, like in the British one, they just changed like the basement ghosts are plague ghosts, but here it's cholera ghosts. So like that kind of little stuff
nuance.
Changed. Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't realize cholera was so big here.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. Yeah, I think it's gonna make a comeback.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. 2026 new trend.
Yeah.
You got cholera yet? My 5-star review of cholera.
So how many seasons in total did you do of Ghost then?
Yeah, so this is we wrapped the 4th season. The 5th season is about to start filming now.
Okay.
So we got renewed for season 5 and 6. It's on CBS in America, Global here in Canada. But yeah, 2 more seasons going. Filming is starting back up here very soon.
And it's all in Toronto?
It's all in Montreal. Yeah.
Oh.
But that's the Toronto benefit, is that you can go everywhere.
Right.
Yeah,
It's easier.
you get the opportunities of the other cities.
And then do you live out there during the filming?
Yeah, like I'll kind of go back and forth a little bit, like spend a week there, film, come back.
Is Toronto then your favorite Canadian city?
Ooh, I would say I really like Montreal.
It's nice.
Yeah, I like Montreal too.
There's something about Montreal too, like just the different language there. Everyone's speaking French around you. You kind of feel like a ghost a little bit walking down the street. Like no one notices you or whatever. You don't know what they're talking about at all.
And they all have like a French attitude as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm from originally I'm from more of like a border city or around that border kind of area of the Ottawa area, kind of towards Montreal. So I'm a part of the rivalry of French versus English.
Yeah.
Like it's very strong there. Like when I was in high school, I worked at a McDonald's. We would all pretend not to speak French when they're coming off the highway. You'd go over there, you'd go to the water park, they'd pretend not to speak English, and you'd hit your head off the water slide because you couldn't get the instructions. It was a hot rivalry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Montreal. Yeah. Now, what's yours, Tom?
My favorite Canadian city. Well, it's hard to say. Well, Toronto, I think, is definitely up there. I think Vancouver's great as well.
When did you go?
What?
When did you go?
Oh, when did I go? Well, I initially, before I moved here, I did like a recce trip, where I visited Vancouver and Toronto and tried to decide which one I prefer.
In fairness, you did stay in Burnaby, though.
That's true. I still went into the city and experienced the city, but I don't know. I just felt Toronto had more that I was interested in terms of like music and there was also work here and being slightly closer to home then I guess as well. It just ticked a lot of boxes for me at the time. So I was happy with my choice. But now I'm down in Hamilton, so I think Hamilton's a great city too.
A lot of good breweries.
Yeah, a lot of great breweries.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
It seems like a city like that's starting to like get built up and like actually turn into like
on the rise.
on the rise.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, my sister lived in Hamilton and we drove to visit, and then it just seemed like all like factories. It seemed like there's like an old episode of like that first like original like Pokemon where they go into like the factory city and it's all like grimers and mucks there and stuff. Like that's what Hamilton reminded me of.
That should be the city slogan. Hamilton, the city of grimers and mucks.
Start that. Merch coming soon.
At least Pokemon Go, write it down. You can get
Are you saying Vancouver then?
Yeah, I live in Vancouver. I make the trip over every so often. Yeah,
July and August, Vancouver's the best city in Canada.
Yeah,
the rest not so much.
Well, I don't. Well, first of all, like I like that the mountains are so close, so
That's
I ski,
true.
and then you can go up and like do the night skiing, or do a weekend up in Whistler. And then obviously I'm from Ireland, so I'm very, very used to rain.
That's fair. Yeah, you're built for it.
Yeah. So, and a thing that I've kind of more so now really come to enjoy is like it is a bit more of a chilled out vibe.
It is.
And like I do describe Toronto and Vancouver as literally two cities of halves. Like everything Vancouver has, Toronto doesn't. And everything Toronto has, Vancouver doesn't.
Right.
So, I'm very blessed that I'm able to get to experience both on the reg. But
do you not feel like you take the mountains for granted?
Yes, all the time. I'm like, why didn't I go for a hike?
I remember just like moving out there and going into my condo, and my balcony faced the mountains. And that first day being like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I'm going to spend all my time on this balcony. Never went out.
Yeah.
I stopped looking at them after that day. It was done. They lost their shine.
Yeah. Like I used to when I'd be driving, like nearly slow down and be like, holy shit, this is so nice. And then now it's just like, whatever, I don't even notice it anymore.
Why are these mountains blocking the sun out of my eyes?
Yeah. And so then when did you obviously didn't start the podcast when you were in Vancouver?
No, it was when I moved here to Toronto. It was finding my footing more so. So I knew the acting would come with finding an agent here and everything like that and just figuring that out. But I also do comedy as well. So I needed to find my way into the comedy scene. I was doing like the open mics. I met a couple people. I met my co-host very briefly, and we had a mutual friend that actually went to my acting school that was in his comedy school as well. So the three of us, I pitched just doing this basically old school radio play style thing of just like kind of like comedy, like scary story radio. And then I thought about it more and I was like, I don't want to write this. So we did an improvised stories.
Wow.
So basically my idea behind that was I need to get into this comedy scene. I respect a lot of these people. And the best way to do it is to bring these comedians to me,
right,
and have them do the podcast, learn off of them, grow with them, and also just kind of get my footing in the comedy scene, I guess.
Yeah.
And sorry, go ahead.
Did you find that opened a lot of doors? It did open a lot of doors for you then?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, like now we're looking at my podcast going over 10 years. We've had so many people from Toronto. We've had people from LA now that it's expanded. We've done these fan expos thanks to the Sonar Network. And we've had comedians and actors from the fan expos come in to then do our podcast through that. And we're looking at a podcast that we try to have a different guest every week. We've had over 400 different people on at this point.
Wow.
That's a serious
surely
network.
you run out of like...
Yeah, I mean...
what happens?
You start to lose track of who's around. But I mean, the Toronto comedy scene is so strong. And you see a lot of these people that are absolutely killing it now that move to LA, that move to New York or whatever. Like you see like Steph Tolev, who we have had on the podcast, has a Netflix special out now.
Wow.
You see like Lisa Gilroy all over the place who we've had on the podcast. And Toronto comedy, we lose these people that are so good, that excel because of how strong they are and how strong this scene is, that they're so practiced because we have such a low ceiling here that when they go somewhere else, they kill it past all of these other people. So we rejuvenate though. We get more. And my ability to stay in the comedy scene, it kind of goes in and out, whether I'm dedicated to doing stand-up at that time or like getting invited to do a little bit of improv here and there. So me meeting those people kind of depends on how much I'm out there, how much I'm doing it live. So you do kind of run out of people, and then I'll go and I'll do like, I guess it was like a year and a half ago now, I did like the stand-up tournament that was like over 200 comics or whatever, and I ended up making it to the top 10 of that. But like that was a lot of meeting a whole bunch of comics that I was like, oh, these people are really good, like these people are advancing with me or whatever, and like meeting them and kind of like, oh, there's another year's worth of guests lined up, I guess.
Locked in.
Here's my card.
So then talk us through like getting to that top kind of tier in the tournament. Like, how much prep had to go in, or are you literally just that funny?
I mean, for me, my actor brain is so meticulous, I guess, that I can't write stuff down for stand-up because if I miss a word, it'll throw me off.
Okay.
So for me, I have premises, and I know where the joke goes, but I'll improvise the middle. Like every time you see me do like a joke, it's like along the same lines, but maybe a little different. And I can feel the crowd that way, and I can add something else to it if I think of it in the moment, and I can be more free doing it. But the benefit for me doing a tournament like that is that how off and on I've been doing stand-up since I was in high school.
Right.
But I'm not necessarily known in the community as being a stand-up. I'm not necessarily known in the community as being an improviser. In fact, I think the stand-ups think I'm an improviser, and the improvisers think I'm a stand-up. But I do it so infrequently that this material I had built up to never doing one of these tournaments before is just like stuff I've been doing for so long that so many people haven't seen yet, that I was able to just have like 10 or more, probably closer to like 15 years worth of material that I've done off and on for so long that I could then build kind of perfect sets or like have like 3 to 5 sets that I can rotate through and have that material go.
Wow.
And then it inspires you to start writing a little bit more. But I mean, at the end of the day, for me, comedy is, I think for stand-up, I'm not so much, I guess, into like a perfectly crafted joke, like a Jerry Seinfeld will, like, you know, but I'm energy based. I bring a lot of energy to the room. I can use my manic energy to then keep people invested and have a few things that, I mean, if you read some of the stuff I say on paper, you'd probably be like, this isn't funny. But then, like, I can do it in there, and with the energy I'm doing, I guess, it kind of works, or sometimes doesn't work. But
that's one thing they say about stand-up comedy. You've got to be very okay with bombing.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and how does that all translate then to your acting then, where you have like a full written script then in front of you?
Yeah, so I mean, like, I've kind of learned and grown from doing this stand-up and seeing it work when I'm not fully prepared or whatever. I'll fully prepare a script or whatever, and I'll like make my choices or whatnot. But sometimes I go, you know what? I'm gonna add a few lines here. I'm gonna add a few lines here. For honestly, when I did my Ghost audition, most of what I did in it wasn't on the script at all. I just kind of like felt the scene. I knew what was kind of going on a little bit, and I just started like saying things that kind of went around with that character. And I think that stand-up and doing it that way has made me a little bit more loose as an actor. Now, when you're on set, it's like a completely different thing than the auditioning. You usually have to stay pretty... There's a lot of writers on set that want their words written as written. But yeah, for auditioning, it's made me looser, I feel. And then for acting, it's like very like get the right words, which is like always been a weak point for me of like just like naturally like changing words or whatever and stuff like that. But or doing like like a script supervisor's nightmare of saying things differently every time.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. So what are like some of your would you recommend some of the best kind of like comedy clubs?
Ooh, best in the city? I mean, like Comedy Bar, I love. Like it's kind of a staple. I ran a show there for over a year that did really well there. I really enjoyed being there. I like the new East End venue too. It's really nice and beautiful. I think that it's kind of like the most consistent place you can go to. I think that if you go to Comedy Bar, you're pretty likely to hit a good show there.
Okay.
And yeah, that one's kind of my favorite. But there's a lot of like odds and ends shows, and I mainly just, for me, I recommend based off of like the performers. Like there's some performers that I really like. I tend to like, when I go back to producing comedy shows as well, I tend to go back to those performers as well. So yeah, you find somebody you like and you stick kind of with them. And I mean, that's the best thing about with the Sonar Network in general too, is this pool of podcasts, and also like sonarnetwork.com for a plug with that, has the people page. You can follow just guests on podcasts, right? Like you can listen to everything that they've done, and then you can see those people, those improvisers or those stand-ups, and you can listen to all of the podcasts they've done, and then you can go, oh, let's go to their Instagram. What shows are they doing this week?
Right.
And kind of like follow them, and they're going to be your style of comedy if you're listening to them, right? Because everyone's different.
Yeah, has their
everyone's a bit
appetite.
different.
What's who like again on the line of favorites? What's kind of mainstreamy stand-up comics are you listening to or enjoying at the moment?
Ooh, man. At the moment, I come so in and out. I listen to a lot of like the old favorites. I mean, I'll always say like my biggest inspirations for comedy are Norm Macdonald, Mitch Hedberg, and Tracy Morgan. Those are my three.
Norm Macdonald on a punchline was just so good.
Yeah,
he could just hook people in and just.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's.
Did you ever watch the Mike Tyson mysteries?
Yes. Yes, he's the pigeon.
Yeah, he's the pigeon.
I always think of that Cormac McCarthy episode. I always think I think it's the first one.
Again, that's another animated series that slept on. It is probably one of the funniest because Mike Tyson voices himself in it.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. So Norm Macdonald. Yeah, I suppose who am I listening to? I am fond of Shane Gillis.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can be quite funny. Who else am I listening to? I used to love Billy Connolly. Did you the Scottish stand-up comedian?
He's really good.
Yeah, he was good. Frankie Boyle.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
don't
They're
know.
probably more UK based.
Yeah, Dara Breen.
Dara Breen was good.
I saw him in Toronto actually.
Yeah,
He was really good. I get a lot of videos for your man who sings Morgan J. You know him? He puts these things, but he has the auto tune on, and he's like interviewing.
Oh
people.
yeah, I've seen clips of that.
Yeah, I get
I've
a lot of clips for him. Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. So then your podcast is an improv horror story. Is that comedy?
Yes. Yeah. So basically, what we do is we bring on a guest, we interview them, we talk about themselves, so the audience can kind of get to love them and get on board with them. Then we'll ask them if they believe in ghosts, see if they've had a paranormal experience, and then we'll get into an improvised story. We use stuff from their paranormal experience or whatever in the improv. We'll it's all nonsense. It's all loose.
Yeah.
And it's been an interesting thing because we have such a, I would say like a unique format that's almost two different podcasts in a way. I think it all blends together to really make you like a guest based off of like, oh, let's get to know them. Let's see them do improv kind of thing. Let's introduce you to this person. But we get it where like people will really like the ghost story part and not like the improv, or people will really like the improv and not like the ghost story part.
Yeah.
Some people like it all, but
Interesting.
Yeah.
And do you believe in ghosts?
yeah. So my co-host is a non-ghost believer.
Okay.
I'm the ghost believer. I've had the paranormal experiences.
Ironic that you're in a show about ghosts.
I know. It kind of follows me. Like if you
Haunts you?
Yeah, it haunts me. It haunts me. I've never acted in something where I don't die or I'm already dead.
Oh wow.
That's just
So
been
you're
the
like
case.
the Sean Bean of is it Sean Bean, the guy that was in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Sean Bean.
Sean
He
Bean,
dies in every movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah.
Dies Boromir.
Yeah.
I'll hope that I can keep up my streak. If I live in something, I'm going to be really upset.
Just like sitting over the writers. Could you just like it doesn't have to be anything. Just like a slip of a banana and I'm dead. It's fine.
Yeah.
Finally book a big superhero movie. Can you kill me in the first 5 seconds?
yeah. It's like we're recasting Thor. It's like great. You're just gonna have to.
And then you're coming up to your 500th episode.
Yeah.
Of your podcast then. Does it feel like 500 episodes?
It does. It's feeling long now.
Yeah,
It's feeling long. You do it for this long, it starts to feel, you can feel every moment of it. It's weird because I've always been, it's kind of the same thing with watching TV shows with me, where I have such a hard time watching the last season of a TV show knowing that it ends after that.
Right.
So there's still some, like I've never watched the last season of Breaking Bad. I watched it religiously as it came out, did not watch the last season, still have not.
Wow.
I was big into Sons of Anarchy. I only saw the final season when I did a rewatch during the pandemic. But like all of these shows, Hannibal, never watched the last season. And I love that show. Like I cannot.
That's wild.
Do it. And I think that it's so hard. Like knowing that the podcast is ending, it's such a mixed feeling of wanting to have the very best ending to it, having the best episodes to finish it off. But it's so grueling knowing that it's ending. I don't know. Like like book guests to like get it together and everything. It feels more and more grueling just to get that done because your brain, or mine at least, when I know something's ending, it just goes like, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I definitely, when I'm watching a series, I have to finish it. I have to know how it ended. You just haven't, you would never want to know.
Well, I mean, I want to know, but I guess, like, I don't want it to end.
Okay.
If I really like a series, I don't want it to end. So the best way for me to watch the ending of a series is if it gets abruptly canceled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit. Yes! I saw it all.
Wow. So you kind of also haunt it. You're like ghost of series as well. You hang around on the series and then finish them.
Common theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how are you approaching this one? Are you getting like a greatest hits of your previous guests? Or?
Yeah, sort of what we have planned for the final episodes, I guess, is every year we do a multi-part for the 50 or we did the 450 for the yearly anniversary. We try to match it all up and make the parts kind of make it so it's like 10-year 500 episode, 9-year 450th episode, even though it doesn't really work that way. But we make it work. So we're, for this one, doing a 10-year 500th episode finale, 10 parts. So trying to bring back 3 past guests for every part, have 30 past guests out of the 400 and some, which that's also like a task. Like I wrote down a bunch of names just from like every year that we've done, like who do you want to bring back, who do you want to see, and everything. And like, man, it's hard to narrow that down to 30 people.
Yeah, what did you say, 400 guests or something? Yeah, down to 30.
Yeah.
And then they also have to be available as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that makes it easier. It's like some of the people I'm like, they're too busy now.
Yeah.
Can cut them.
They have a Netflix special now.
Yeah. I got them. Got it.
Wow, that's amazing. And like, I suppose as you are hitting 500 and, we're just in our infancy of maybe 40 episodes, maybe just under. What would be some advice for podcasters out there?
Keep consistent.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. If you're consistent and you're releasing every week, you'll build an audience. It might not happen that first year, might not happen that second year, but it's going to slowly happen over time because you need people to rely on you to be able to invest in you. And if there's so many podcasts out there that will do 1 year and stop, or even 20 episodes and stop, or like release 1 week and then it's like 3 weeks later for the second, and then like 2 weeks. Non-consistent, like all over the place. No one knows when to look out for you. No one knows. And they can't follow that. Like, nothing would make me, as a listener, lose interest more in not knowing when your next episode comes out.
Right.
So even if you're doing it in seasons or whatever, and you're like, okay, in 3 months we'll be back or whatever. I have another podcast too where it's a Survivor after show. And that's very, like, we take long breaks in between. But at least you know, as a listener, that when Survivor's back on, our podcast will be
back.
too.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that consistency is just the most important part. I mean, when we started out, that first 50 episodes, we were doing, I think, about 100 downloads an episode. And like, it was a good, like, modest base for that. And then once that, I think it was like episode 98 or something like that. It was almost the 2-year mark. And then it just exploded of, like, all of a sudden overnight, 2,000 an episode or whatever, 3,000 an episode.
God, I'd love that.
And then people go back and listen to the old ones or whatever. I mean, and if you're like getting into my podcast now at this point, like listening to the old ones has to be brutal, man. The mic is just so bad. Like,
So it's like somebody's talking through a tin can.
Yeah, it's like, this is 2015 we're talking about here. I mean, mics weren't even invented yet. We only had cups.
Where did you record those early episodes then?
We recorded them in my roommate's kitchen. And I think, it was one mic right in the center of the table, everyone around it. And that was just kind of the deal.
Yeah. And then how did you find, because I'm sure when you started, it was just audio. And do you do video now as well, or is it still just audio?
We've gone off and on video. I mean, like, that transition, like, video is so important with podcasting now.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you guys are doing it here. Like, and that wasn't really a thing when we started out with it, right? Like, that's kind of, it feels like almost like a pandemic thing is the video.
The video thing?
Yeah, the video in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like 2015, I mean, there's not too many people. I mean, there wasn't really celebrities doing it at that point. That's a whole new thing, too.
It was probably just like Joe Rogan, really, at the time.
Yeah.
It was like the...
Yeah, Maron, Mark Maron.
Yeah.
And he never did video, I don't think.
No,
Yeah.
And it was only recently, because it was when Joe hired Jamie that it got like the next level. Before that, it was just like a webcam on his computer.
Right, yeah. So, we've gone off and on in video over the years. We had some, like, time in studio. We've had, like, all over kind of thing. And it's one of those things where I think, like, if we were to restart it now and we were to start the podcast now doing the video, man, it would help so much. Like, you gain so much from doing that. But, like, are we going to start when we're like 9 years in or whatever?
But also
I don't know.
The premise you were doing was like that old radio style, right?
Yeah, so that's true.
You're kind of...
It does suit the audio.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Unless you're all going to do it in black and white and like in kind of like that get up, like that old 80s like suits or whatever.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, and when we did video and we released in video, even, man, I forget what year that was in when we were doing it. We did it consistently for a while. Some of those got like a couple thousand views on like the video, but now, like, on top of that, when we did that video, it wasn't a thing to do like TikToks or like YouTube shorts or Instagram reels.
Right.
Now that's a whole new ballgame.
Yeah.
The short format.
Yeah. It feels like grandpa sitting around me.
Yeah. Back in my day, we...
Now there's so many things to worry about. They can find your podcast so easily now.
Young whippersnappers.
These youths,
It is tough. No, it is definitely like a whole thing now, instead of like just... And it is a bit weird, like this video style, because because most people listen to a podcast, like, why have we just like?
It's purely just for the clips, I think.
It has to be just for the clips.
Just for the clips.
And those clips do so much.
Yeah,
like, how
yeah.
many podcasts do you get into now that, like, I mean, I don't know what it is about my algorithm. I don't listen to Joe Rogan at all, but I can't escape a Joe Rogan clip just like popping up, like at least once a day.
At least, yeah. More my YouTube. My Instagram wouldn't actually have that much. YouTube definitely. You can't escape Joe.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. He's done a lot for, like, I mean, what's crazy is podcasting like became almost like a political tool as well this year.
Oh yeah.
It like turned the tide, and like politicians were doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Like even like whatever his name, what's his name? That Republican. They have a podcast, like a Republican podcast where they think it's.
You should have seen it when Bernie Sanders came on and started improvising with us, doing ghost stories. No.
I was like, I could not see, because I remember
Bernie's improv skills are like next level.
Yeah. The top 1% line. I went to see him maybe 2014 in Ireland, and he
didn't know you couldn't get votes there.
But this one was crazy. He was rattling off like a speech that he would have in America, was not catered for the Irish audience, and he kept like standing up, like, and sitting down, and it was like a really bizarre. He was talking about in Pennsylvania, blah blah blah, blah, and it's just like it was like everyone was just confused, and the whole like getting up and sitting down thing. The host was like, Bernie, it's okay. You can just stay seated. I don't know. It was a weird one. He definitely doesn't have good improv skills. That's for sure.
What's your advice for people trying to develop their improv skills then?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no improv teacher, and even it's so different everywhere. I would say like just like finding like a class and like developing those skills. But I mean, my biggest advice for people that are finding a class, like there's a lot of great classes. I know that we do a lot of good stuff with Bad Dog and stuff like that. My biggest advice for it is to go to the class, learn all the rules before you break them. And that's the biggest thing. Because I think that my biggest problem with classes, and no specific one in general, but mainly like a second city. But my biggest problem is that everyone seems the exact same mold. Like it's not a lot of differentiating. And you see that like there's a lot of great people that are like the old second city heads and people that have been around a lot. They have their voice. But then what pumps out, I find, is a lot of people just doing the same thing and learning those
just
basics.
doing the template.
Yeah, and to me, it's just like learn all the rules, and then you can break them strategically.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got to know them to break them.
Yeah. So what are some of those
Yes,
common?
That's a
Yeah,
big
I've
one.
heard that one. I've
Yes,
heard that
and.
one
So
before.
know that you have to say yes, and, but then know everything. I think that it's just like I think it's like expressing your voice and going around the rules with your voice and not being afraid to experiment and just be yourself out there and be as weird as you are, or like as whatever as you are. Just like really just make sure that your voice is present within it, and that's the most important part.
Okay, that's good to know.
That's good to know. Yeah.
So what are the other rules? Because I only know yes and. What's another rule? So that I can spiel it off to somebody else and say
I don't know. I never learned of it.
All right, cool. So yes and is what I'll stick to
all you
from now on.
need.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the most important one. We've had people on the podcast from all different like arts, right? Like we've had musicians on, we've had psychics on, we've had actors, we've had improvisers, we've had stand-ups. Improv isn't a big experience with a lot of the people we've had on. Most actors that come on, they know improv and they know the basics of it or whatever. They don't practice it a lot. But an actor will some of our best guests have been actors that just like fully embrace being themselves there, right? Like, and just like go big with it and like just have so much authenticity to like the improv that allows it to be funnier, I guess. But I mean, like, musicians do a fine job. We've had like all the people that we've had on, you know, like it's fine. Like the stakes are low.
Yeah.
And our main goal with the podcast, I mean, like early on, it was learning from the people, and we still learn from people, of course. But it became like after like a couple or like after a year in, it was then just like, how can we emphasize and make this person look the absolute best? And the feedback from past guests that have come on that means the most to me is that they felt so supported, that they felt scared like coming in, but then felt completely calm when they were doing it. And that's always been the most important to me, because I think that every episode, and what works the best about our podcast is every single episode of Spooked, it changes based off of who the guest is, because we want to take who they are and uplift them and support them as best possible and make them look the very best and take their energy and make that the episode. And that's just been very important, I think, to us going forward.
Yeah, amazing. Well, 500 episodes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I suppose that brings us to our final segment. So we do a hot take wheel. So you'll spin the wheel, and we may need to spin it again because sometimes they're not for a topic that you even like and talk about. So
I can talk about anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Improv. We'll improv.
Yeah, we'll improv it. Yeah, no matter what, we're improving.
I got a hot take about just about anything.
Okay, so spin it. I'll read it because my handwriting is terrible. So feel free to give it a spin.
I don't even know how to prepare looking at this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good spin. Okay. Oh, brunch is overrated.
That's fucked to even say. Listen here, that I will not stand by it. Breakfast is the best food there is.
Oh,
and no, you're Irish, and Irish breakfast is the best thing.
it's
nothing
breakfast,
better
so
than
it's not a brunch.
Well, yeah, but you're having breakfast
For lunch.
for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can have breakfast for. I'm probably gonna go home and make breakfast for dinner.
You'll
tonight.
have a Brinner.
I'm gonna have a Brinner.
Well, here's a question. Would you have breakfast at breakfast time every day? Or would you
No, I mean, like, by the time I get going for the day,
lunchtime?
it's lunch
brunch.
now.
It's
It's
brunch time.
lunch. I gotta do a
Okay.
brunch.
Yeah.
I got no
Okay.
choice. The
Yeah.
clock's against me.
Yeah, I mean brunch and jean shorts. You'll
Yeah.
never see.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
If you see me sitting eating brunch and jean shorts, throw me. Kill me now. I'll haunt you forever.
Yeah.
What do you like better than you gonna have just a normal lunch? What are you gonna have, a soup?
No, like, do you consider a burger? A burger that would be good.
That feels like a dinner.
Omelet?
An omelet's a brunch, yeah.
No, it's not.
That's an omelet's a breakfast food.
Yeah. I would say brunch.
Yeah,
Omelet
Okay,
brunch.
okay, okay. Let me see something else. Okay, a pasta.
A pasta. That's pretty heavy for
That's
lunch.
dinner. That's dinner.
That's dinner.
That's not dinner. Italians have it for lunch all the time.
No. Okay.
A salad.
A salad. That's a lunch.
Okay, that's
A
a
salad's
lunch. Okay.
a lunch. A soup's a lunch. Like a soup sandwich, that's a lunch. Like a soup grilled cheese, that's a lunch.
Okay.
Like any like small sandwich, something not too heavy, that's a lunch.
pho.
Pho? Oh, we're going to dinner territory.
Dinner.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
here's chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles? Ooh, that's a brunch.
That is
Yeah,
a
that
brunch.
would be-
It is
That's
pretty good, actually.
that's definitely a brunch.
Yeah.
If you're getting a little lunch, you're getting a little breakfast.
Yeah, it's a mix
That's a
of both.
perfect
Yeah,
brunch.
That's
yeah.
100% a brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I do like that.
What do you better, a
Uh-huh.
mimosa? You don't like a mimosa?
Mm.
That's still breakfast. You're talking to an Irish person. That's a breakfast. That's a breakfast
How
item.
early are you having a mimosa?
Yeah.
Like, if you're.
What time are you having breakfast?
I don't have breakfast.
You don't have it
I don't
ever?
believe in it
So you
as a
never eat
concept.
breakfast food?
Very rarely, yeah. Like I'll have scrambled eggs and toast at lunchtime, maybe.
Well, yeah, that's a brunch.
Okay, but does brunch count? Like when I mean this, I'm like, if you're going out to eat,
Yeah.
right? Are you prioritizing brunch as you're going out to eat food?
Oh, I mean, like, I'm not going out looking for a specific brunch spot.
Yeah.
But I am hoping that I stumble across someone that's still serving breakfast.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. So that's why McDonald's is. But I don't understand this obsession with McDonald's all day breakfast.
Well, I mean, like, are you having... I mean, it is technically brunch, but, like, no one goes, oh, I'm going out to brunch and goes to McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking, like, you get scrambled eggs, you get bacon, you get the fried tomato,
It's
you
all
get
good.
toast.
Don't get me wrong. But all I'm saying is people are like, okay, you, what's that jam in Vancouver? There is a line out the door, down the street to have brunch. I'm like, literally, it is eggs and toast. What?
So you have problems with specific brunch places?
More
More
that
so
it's
than having
overhyped as a concept. Like, I can easily make brunch at home. Fine. But, like, there's people like, oh, my God, you've got to try this brunch place. I'm like, it's brunch. Like, it's overrated. Like, give me a good dinner or lunch spot.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, like, people go crazy for dinner spots that have long wait lists, too.
Yeah.
No, that's fine because it's probably good. Because
lunch
it's
is
not like
usually-
eggs and, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, or back home we have a breakfast roll where they literally just take breakfast and shove it into a roll.
Oh, it's the best thing
Yeah, that's
ever.
good.
Would you like? You'd be a fan of a breakfast roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, but is the word brunch used? It's not called the brunch roll. It's called the
but
breakfast
is,
roll.
But
yeah,
when are you having it?
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about here.
Brunch is when you have it.
Yeah.
Brunch is having breakfast later.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're in a generation now where we don't wake up. Like, my parents still wake up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, they're not having brunch because they've already been up half the day by noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
They're having supper.
Brunch is probably a millennial creation.
Yeah, because
Probably.
we wake up at like 10.
Yeah.
And we
Complain
still
about
want
why our
breakfast.
lives are so hard. Why I can't buy a house. If only there was less brunch spots.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Well, I feel like I'm still not undecided, but you did a good effort.
I know you're saying you're not that you're undecided, but you are a brunch guy. Everything that you said was having breakfast foods past noon or
Okay,
at noon.
I would prefer to have like a Sunday lunch. They don't really do that here, like a Sunday lunch, like
a
that's.
roast
that?
dinner.
So usually around lunchtime,
Mm-hmm.
you would have like a dinner item. So we would have like a roast, piece of meat, veg, gravy, potato. Yeah, because we're Irish, of course. Maybe 2 types of potato on the
Yeah,
plate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
That-
like a
I mean,
mash and a roast potato.
Of course.
That's a dinner, though, is it
Yeah.
not?
It's
It feels heavy.
Yeah, it's kind of like an
That-
early dinner.
well,
on
Europeans have dinner at lunch, and then they have something light in dinner time.
I'm Irish family, Irish and Italian, so I know all about that pasta you were talking about. But yeah, like my grandma for dinner would make like a roast and dough dabs and
Dough dabs.
yeah.
Oh,
It's basically just fried dough.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh,
And
that would be like
potato.
Potato bread?
no, not potato bread. What's the other one? Pudding, the Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, right.
Oh
right,
yeah,
right.
we had Yorkshire pudding too.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
gravy and everything. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm actually craving one now. I'm
That
actually
was my-
salivating thinking about it.
that was my dinner
Yeah.
a lot of the time, but it was never lunch. Like that's a pretty heavy lunch.
Oh, we'd have it at lunchtime and then wash it down with like 5 pints of Guinness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, most pubs would have like their daily
Yeah.
roast as well. You could go in and Monday it might be pork, Tuesday it might be beef, Wednesday chicken,
Yeah.
See,
so and so on. You
for
just go on.
I'm
Boom.
I'm a rural kid,
Yeah.
so like you would get waken up. I'd get waken up by my dad or whatever, or my grandpa, gotta chop wood. You get rewarded with a Sprite and a Spam sandwich. That's a lunch.
That's a lunch.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in brunch, your dad. He's like, this is wood chopping time.
No mimosas here.
Yeah.
Where's your flannel? Well, I think that's the long and the short of it. Let's just make sure we covered everything today. Yeah, I think we did. So, Cody, is there anything that you want to kind of tell the world or our listeners?
Yeah, you can follow me at Cody Crain on Instagram, COCRAIN. You can also go at Spooked Podcast if you want to check out the podcast, sonarnetwork.com, Spooked. We also have shirts on the Sonar Network. Whether you believe in ghosts or don't believe in ghosts, we have a shirt for you. And Ghost Season 5, it's filming soon, so it's going to be on TV. But also just watch those reruns and everything like that.
I'm definitely going to check it out for my flight home.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much, Cody, for a great conversation today. And if you yourself would like to film in this fantastic studio, simply download the Sleepless app. We are open 24/7, 7 days a week. All booking and access is done through the app. But other than that, stay sleepless.
Peace.